The Monster Association arc hosted some of the most insane fights we have ever seen in the series. This arc showcased the truly amazing abilities of some of the S-Class heroes who were pretty mysterious up until that point. A perfect example of one of these heroes is none other than Flashy Flash, who truly amazed us with his incredible speed and fighting ability right from the jump. He actually kicks off the raid of the Monster Association in his fight with Hellfire and Gale in what is, in my opinion, one of the most badass fights of the entire arc. Well, in today's video, I'll be breaking down this amazing fight, and hopefully by the end, you'll understand why it is one of my personal favorites. But really quick before we get into that, if you guys enjoy One Punch Man and One Punch Man related content, then you literally do not need to go anywhere else, because I post various One Punch Man content multiple times a week, including theory videos, general discussions, and chapter reviews, where I pride myself in being probably one of the first YouTubers to get a One Punch Man chapter review out once a chapter drops. So you definitely want to be subscribed with notifications on so you can be the first person to know as soon as a new One Punch Man chapter is released. But okay, let's get right into this amazing fight. Our story starts out with various S-Class heroes making their initial entry into the Monster Association underground base. We then see Flashy Flash walking through a tunnel as Child Emperor explains that the transmitter he had given each one of the S-Class heroes will allow them to relay information with one another and allow them to call for backup. He then warns that they shouldn't count on anyone coming to rescue them and to avoid getting lost. Flashy Flash is then suddenly confronted by three monsters who ask if he is the super fast hero Flashy Flash. Flashy simply responds by demanding that they turn over Waganma, but is ignored by the monsters, who then go on to boast about how they are going to kill him, but are then seen to be quickly killed off before they can even notice it. Flashy mentions to himself that he never brags about his speed to any opponent, alluding to the possibility that someone within the Monster Association has provided intel on him. Then suddenly from behind, Hellfire uses his flaming sword and lights torches in the hallway, as Gale slowly claps, applauding Flashy Flash's speed. Flashy Flash quickly charges at Gale with his sword, but Gale quickly avoids his blow, thus beginning the battle. Gale jumps up on the wall and eagerly states that their victory will be all the more sweet with Flashy Flash's amazing speed. Gale jumps off the wall, surrounding Flashy Flash from both sides with Hellfire. Flashy Flash then strikes Hellfire, but the ninja blocks Flashy Flash's sword with his own. They then begin a quick exchange of blows while Gale watches a few feet away. Flashy Flash tries to attack Hellfire with his wind blade kick, but the ninja ducks and swings his sword. Flashy Flash jumps up on the ceiling to avoid the blow. However, he quickly realizes that Gale has placed steel wire all around the hallway that they are in. Gale triggers the steel wire, but Flashy Flash manages to avoid them in the nick of time. Gale goes on to remark on the arrogance of the heroes for going in individually, and Hellfire states that it'll make things much easier. Gale then states that he will break Flashy Flash apart with his own speed, alluding to the fact that the steel wire placed all around them will surely catch Flashy Flash as he's trying to move around, tearing him into a bunch of bloody pieces. However, Flashy Flash charges towards them and quickly slices the walls and the ceiling of the hallway, breaking it apart completely and undoing the steel wires. Flashy Flash then deduces that the two ninjas are from the ninja village and that they have joined the Monster Association in order to eliminate him. Gale responds by saying that things are getting a little too cramped and flips over the stone that they are standing on, revealing a large ravine with the waterfall and a thin bridge. Flashy Flash strikes Hellfire again and again, but Hellfire manages to block each one of these blows. Gale uses the opportunity to attack Flashy Flash while he's distracted, but the hero manages to block his blow with his elbow. The two ninjas jump off of the walls onto nearby rocks and proclaim that they, the Golden 37th graduation class, will be the hero slayers. The three ninjas exchange rapid blows, running across the water and then jumping into the air, all the while exchanging extremely fast attacks. Flashy Flash demands to know who their employers are so that he can pay them a visit personally after their fight concludes. The three ninjas land on a bridge, and Gale lets out a low chuckle. He asks what if his employer is the criminal Aburubazu, the organ dealer. Flashy Flash remarks that this would be impossible because he eliminated that very same criminal some time ago, and goes on to list other criminals who have tried to hunt him down and kill him. Apparently, Flashy Flash has taken care of all these criminals in his off time as a hero, and as a response, Gale Wynn says that every name Flashy Flash mentioned was on their hit list after Flashy Flash, but now it seems that Flashy has done them a service by killing them. After this, the three ninjas begin to exchange blows once again. As they're fighting, Gale Wynn states that the other ninjas from the village are the most troublesome foes, and Flashy Flash replies that there are other ninjas from outside the village. Gale Wynn laughs at this and states that no other ninja can possibly stand up from those from the ninja village. As they're fighting, Flashy Flash sprints out at speeds that both ninjas could not possibly see, seemingly surprising them. Flashy Flash then begins to taunt them and asks them why they haven't demonstrated the power that they obtained through monsterification. The two ninja begin to eerily smile, and Flashy Flash goes on to explain that his suspicion was all but confirmed when they decided to move the battlefield, noting that they're probably still not used to their newfound monsterized speed and need a bigger battleground to move around in. The two ninjas begin to transform into their true monster forms, and Flashy Flash calls them foolish for believing that they could surpass him only through becoming monsters. Suddenly, the two monsters disappear from sight, and Flashy Flash's eyes widen in surprise at their insanely increased speed. He's barely able to block both of their attacks at once, and the three ninjas begin a second round of even faster fighting. This is also when it's revealed that they have upgraded to threat level Dragon. With their increased speed, the monsters keep up their pressure on Flash. However, even after Hellfire utilizes his technique, Fire Release, Blazing Scattering Slash, Flashy Flash is able to block it, which shocks both of them. Flashy Flash uses his own moves, Heavy Flash Slash, and destroys Hellfire's Flame Sword, which then makes him realize that this was his intention all along, which was to wear down his sword and break it. This enrages Hellfire, and he attempts to attack him with a fire-fueled punch. Gale Wynn expresses astonishment at Flashy Flash's technical prowess, remarking that his technique probably surpasses both of them. Gale Wynn states that he could not sense any notable disadvantage in speed among them, and believes that only they can handle Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash then scoffs at their arrogance and states that he has read through all of their techniques because he has trained more than anyone else from their village. After saying this, the monsters decide to abandon the battles as ninjas and fight using brute speed and strength to show their superiority over Flashy Flash as monsters and no longer ninjas. The three then jump up, and Flashy Flash's eyes widen once again. The two monsters attempt to strike him with their kicks, but the hero manages to dodge both of them at the same time. Flashy Flash then jumps up again, and Gale Wynn rushes him, knocking his sword out of his hand. The three ninjas engage in another round of extremely quick bursts of blows mid-air. The monster's punches manages to make Flashy Flash cough up some blood, and they use that opportunity to try to land a finishing blow. But before they can reach Flashy Flash, he suddenly strikes them with his flashy kicks. The speed and power of his kicks manages to momentarily immobilize the monsters. Flashy Flash then jumps and catches the sword that was knocked away earlier in the most badass way possible and begins his ultimate move, the Flashy Slash, which quickly cuts both Hellfire and Gale Wynn in half at the same time in seemingly the blink of an eye. As the two monsters are seemingly dying, Hellfire asks the hero if he had such an ace up his sleeve, why he didn't use it to begin with. Flashy Flash replies by saying that he was looking for the right opportunity to attack both of them simultaneously so that there wouldn't be a chance for one of them to escape, because he believes that the other heroes would have a very hard time dealing with their speed. He also alludes to the idea that their original plan should have been to avoid Flashy Flash at all costs. While they are on the verge of death, Hellfire reveals that being ninjas, they are forced to work in the shadows and are treated as tools instead of people. And the true reason they became monsters was that they wanted to be on the side of the plunderers and the rulers for once in their lives. Their final words are asking Flashy Flash what it is that they were lacking. Flashy Flash then lets out a single response by saying that their training was lacking. With that, the room that they are in begins to collapse, and Flashy Flash begins to walk away. And this concludes our fight between Flashy Flash, Hellfire, and Gale Wind. Like I said, this is probably one of my most favorite fights of the entire arc, and it's pretty amazing that it's pretty much the first fight that we see. This fight is the perfect segue for all the amazing fights that are to come. And speaking of which, this fight is actually a part of a series where I will be breaking down each one of my most favorite fights from this entire arc, which was actually kicked off by Zombie Man vs. Pureblood. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like first, but also go ahead and click the video on your screen so you can watch me break down that fight as well. And also please make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be notified as soon as the next fight drops. But that does it for today, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.